We have a few clips today of people lashing out at Trump and his presidency, starting with a former MAGA voter who voted for Trump 2 different times, but now clearly thinks Biden is the better choice as he's seen both man's records and Trump's is not nearly as good as Biden's as he moves more towards revenge, more away from politics and into extremism. So let's hear what a MAGA voter himself had to say.
The longer you stare at Trump and his record, the worse it gets. So, Trump's cozying up to foreign, basically adversaries. He's, oddly enough, some people don't like me saying this, but he's less conservative than Biden on fiscal responsibility. He added $8 trillion to the debt, even without COVID. He's not fiscally responsible. He gave people a license to act bad out in the open, and I think that the MAGA movement just needs to be destroyed. And I think any rational person that starts listening to Trump instead of directly, instead of having someone else regurgitate what Trump says, I think if you listen to Trump and then you listen to Biden speak, it's night and day. There's no comparison. Trump is unhinged and he's just not fit to lead.
And he's exactly right in this point. Even before COVID, Trump threw the debt up to almost $8 trillion, signing tax cuts that only benefited his billionaire buddies, which is more than Biden has added in the same amount of time while also dealing with COVID in that time. If you look at 10-year projections of debt, Trump would have added over double what Biden is at currently, or would have added in the next 10 years currently with his spending. To say Biden is spending a lot, you have to say Trump spent a lot, and much more recklessly at that. Biden's spending has stifled inflation, created jobs, brought a surge in GDP, infrastructure investments, healthcare expansion, things that Trump could not deliver, and things that we should be spending money on, not just tax cuts for corporations and the wealthy. And if we look at COVID relief spending, both Trump and the Fed outspent Biden in that as well by trillions of dollars. Trump by over $1 trillion, the Fed by multiple trillions, which this is the main blame for the spike in inflation that we saw during the beginning of Biden's presidency. Trump was just fortunate enough to leave office and pass the baton on to the next man, or should I say we were fortunate enough that he did, because Trump would have fumbled that as well. So if we're having an honest conversation with ourselves about what caused the massive inflation spike, you would first blame the Fed, then you would blame Trump, and then you would blame Biden.
I'm really looking forward to the debate on Thursday. I think it will be an incredible opportunity for President Biden to talk about his forward-looking positive agenda for the future, and also make sure that voters really understand the amazing accomplishments that he was able to do in his first term. Canceling over $160 billion worth of student debt, 15 million jobs created, the biggest investment in climate change ever, the first gun violence prevention legislation since I was in elementary school, an actual infrastructure package that is investing billions of dollars into our American infrastructure and economy. These are the kinds of things that he's going to be able to highlight. And you're going to see that compared to, Donald Trump's very dark vision of the future, where he said he wants to be a dictator on day one, and where he's going to use the very levers of power against people who he believes has wronged him.
At this point, the only people who would vote for Trump are those who hate Democrats just because they're Democrats, and the tribal sense of I'm on the right, so I can't support anyone on the left. I've never heard one coherent argument about how Trump is a better president or more effective legislatively. I mean, Biden passed more bills bipartisanly with Republicans and Democrats signing off on it than Trump passed with Republicans having the entire House and Senate, and Trump didn't pass anything bipartisanly, not one bill. Trump lost 3 million jobs and Biden created 15 million jobs, which is funny because people always say, oh, the jobs are just recouped lost jobs, which even if we were to grant that, who lost the jobs? Trump did. And Biden cleaned up his mess, which is something you would still have to pat him on the back for, but we're not going to grant that because it mathematically makes no sense. If all of Biden's jobs were just recouped from the pandemic, but we only lost 3 million jobs during the pandemic, The math doesn't add up. That would still be 12 million new jobs. And if we look at monthly averages, Trump never once had a year of monthly job creation that matched Biden. And the lost jobs were completely recovered in early 2022. But Biden, after recovering Trump's failed economy, still created more monthly jobs in 2023 and 2024 than Trump ever did in 2017, 18, or 19. So not even using COVID as the excuse. If you enjoyed this video, we're Social Society. We're a commentary channel influenced by politics, society, and the economy. We are pretty left-leaning on this channel, but we're open to our right-wingers as well. The biggest thing here is having conversations that get everyone to the bottom of the truth. If that sounds like something that could interest you, consider smashing that subscribe button, leaving us a like, or even commenting on this video. We even have memberships available as low as $3 if you'd like to support, because the only way we become a society is together.